The depressing truth behind Man vs. Wild. You know how heartbroken I was when I found out those videos of the dudes building like mud huts in the forest were fake? Like they would bring in tractors, they would act like it was all in one cut, and then they would bring in like heavy machinery to build the house, then act like they made it like by hand. Bro, that genuinely broke my heart.
I didn't know it was this fake. That comment was posted to an early expose of Man vs. Wild Season 1 Episode 5, while Bear Grylls' other survival missions have featured everything from rented.
This is like the OG slop of the internet. Like these survival videos where Bear Grylls, for no reason, no apparent reason, would just start drinking his own piss. Like, okay, man, like, I'd rather drink dirty water than, like, start literally eating in my mouth. Like, it's a bit... like, what are we doing, bro? Rented horses is brazy.
Horses to volcanic landscapes created by smoke machines. We're gonna go over every available example where Bear Grylls might not have been telling the truth.
Like, this is the thing with survival, motherfuckers. Like, you should never be in this position. This is not optimal when it comes to stability, not optimal when it comes to climbing. Like, you're literally just doing this for the camera, bro. You're not Michael Jordan.
Including multiple responses from the man himself, so you can come to your own conclusion about whether or not the show was real. A TV survivalist caught cutting corners. This was the first example of Bear Grylls being called out for fakery, and it came on the 24th of July 2007, just 4 days after the end of the first season.
These are the sort of videos that like would encourage our parents to go camping. Oh my god. Remember the first time you went camping, you thought it was like, you thought it was gonna be the best thing ever, and then you get there and it's literally just no internet, no nothing, and it stinks of poo. Like, I wish we were one of those like high budget families who would go camping, and by camping they would just basically move their home. They would basically just like remove the exterior and bring everything with them. I like those types of camping. Hello, we never went camping. What am I waffling about, bro?
The article was written after Mark Weinert, one of the show's consultants, came forward to talk about the ways in which the first season was staged. Mark began by explaining that while in the Sierra Nevada mountains, Grylls was seen supposedly sleeping under a rock beside a small life-saving fire.
On this little overhang here, here's all I've written.
No, it can't be that fake. Like things where it's like, okay, sleeping in the woods, like go camping. You're supposed to be a superhero on TV. Like you can just sleep in the woods by yourself. Do not tell me the moment the cameras turned off, he just went to the 5-star hotel nearby. And do not tell me the pee was apple juice, because I didn't just go through that myself for no reason, okay? I never drank my own piss, by the way.
We got now our shelter for the night. It's not very nice.
Yet in all actuality, Grylls instead spent each night at the Pines Resort in Bass Lake, which was advertised as a cozy getaway for families, and is a luxurious hotel with its own spa on a lake, as well.
Oh my god, he's a fraud. You couldn't even sleep at next to the campfire? You had to go get a 5-star resort? Oh, brother. Like, you went from up here to like down there, man. Like not even the bare minimum, dude. Like, oh my days. This is actually pissing me off.
As television, stone fireplaces, hot tubs, and internet access. However, this isn't the only.
Bro, I thought Bear Grylls was over here eating maggots and like centipedes. He was just at home in just some hotel room jerking off. Like he was gooning in a hotel room when he was meant to be out there like surviving off his sticks.
Only part of the episode which has since been exposed as fake. Only a few minutes after waking from the campsite, which he apparently didn't even sleep at, Grylls runs into a group of wild Mustang before talking about how unusual it was to see them out in the wild.
A chance to use.
Yeah, I just hope they got like on camera. Like for example, they got the picture of a truck as it was unloading the horses, and then Bear Grylls going, This is why I love live streaming, because accidents like that actually happen. Here they had like 50 people review it. Wow, it's so surprising to find wild horses here. Yeah, because they're not from here, bro. They're from the bar nearby.
An old Native American mode of transport comes my way. And this is such a privilege to see. They're probably loose horses that have broken free maybe from a ranch.
He spends the next couple of minutes gaining the trust of the wild
They may have broken free from the ranch. We totally didn't pay to order them here.
horses before trying to jump onto one without success, which is interesting as, according to a Reddit post, Bear Grylls breaking a wild Mustang was actually a choreographed scene shot with a domesticated horse from a nearby ranch. The post included a video which has sadly now been deleted, yet there are comments on other websites to back up the claim, such as, the wild horses in the American West are uncombed, skittish wild creatures with scrapes and cockleburs, not the gentle.
They're just made up words, man. What the hell's a cockleburst? Like, at what point do you just run out of words? This is something I used to like think about very deeply when it came to music. Like, I thought every sound in history has already been made. Like, what noises is new music gonna even incorporate? Like, every single mixture of tunes has been put together already. That's such a foolish and naive way to think, because your mind doesn't really understand like common compound. They can't really fully comprehend compound. Your mind works in a very linear fashion. Like, for example, some people are surprised that there are more combinations of cards in a deck than there is atoms in the universe. In the universe, atoms. Like, it's insane. Your mind genuinely can't comprehend certain things, which is a very humbling reminder that you've evolved to survive and reproduce, not to really sit there and ponder.
Manicured saddle horse, which was seen in that episode, alongside YouTube comments such as, "I grew up near Reno, Nevada, and spent a lot of time watching wild horses. The proof that he never roped a wild horse, he's still alive." On top of this, Mark Weiner then explained that season 1...
Yeah, but sometimes some of them be like exaggerating. Like, these wild motherfuckers, you couldn't survive a day in the wild. Like, no, in reality, the person that you're making fun of that just sits home and works at home on his little IT job, yeah, he probably could go camping and survive as well. Like, it doesn't take a man to survive in the wild. Like, I kinda hate those people, bro.
On episode 9, in which Grills is supposedly surviving on a scarce desert island, was actually filmed off the coast of Hawaii, where Grills spent his evenings in a motel. During the same episode, Grills can be seen making a bamboo raft on the beach, which even included a fishnet sail, yet this was also debunked after Weiner explained he actually led a team of builders to construct the raft. It was then taken apart so that Grills could be shown building it on camera. However, it was season 1 episode 5
Yo, Mr. Beast has done more survival than Bear Grylls. This guy's a phony. Wow. This is like hell of an expose, dude. Like, I never thought this was real. Like, I'm genuinely baffled.
Mount Kilauea that was the most suspicious of them all. At the beginning of the episode, Grills was supposedly walking on an active volcano, shown by sulfur dioxide gas which was steaming from the surface.
Sulfur dioxide gas forms in volcanoes, and here...
See, this kind of pisses me off because it would be easier to actually go to an active volcano than turn it into like the moon landing. And obviously the moon landing wasn't fake. Maybe it was. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But like, I imagine recreating a volcano is like probably 10 times more expensive. But Bear Grylls' little petite ass probably doesn't want to do anything. God, loser.
It's really thick. Look at this. You can actually see the sulfur dioxide here seeping out of these vents.
However, after the episode went live, one of the show's safety instructors explained to the Sunday Times that the white clouds of poisonous sulfur dioxide that billowed around the former SAS Explorer were in fact harmless vapor created by smoke machines. And according to insiders, the red glow of the molten magma which he warned could incinerate him in seconds.
Were they all like signed to NDAs? Like, there was no way like this airing on TV, and it was a big deal, bro. Bear Grylls, and not a single one of them had like an ounce of shame to be like, yeah, those were all smoke machines. Like, we're not doing this shit for real. Like, not a single one of you had an ounce of shame or remorse. Like, oh yeah, this whole thing is fugazi as hell. Like, they fooled our asses.
Was supplemented by burning hot coals brought in by members of the production team. Sulfur dioxide fumes are colorless and you can't see it, so smoke generators were used off screen to make the existing fumes seem visible. Later,
okay, so it's like the WWE. It's always been fake, because this is something any science person would understand. Like with the WWE, I think like at the age of 12 you realize it's fake fighting, but beforehand you thought it was like it was the coolest thing ever. This is like the same thing, but instead of based on your age, it's based on your IQ. And low-key, I'm one of the idiots who fell for it, gang. It takes a lot to realize it's fake. Who the hell knows about volcanoes and fucking dioxides?
the episode, Grills talks about being far from civilization, before explaining that crossing the terrain was dangerous due to lava cracks in the ground.
See, this is what they need to be teaching us in geography class, how Bear Grylls is a phony. Like, I don't want to know about the volcano, just tell me how Bear Grylls faked it, bro.
Crossing these fragile fissures can be dangerous, but there is a way to do it. Sometimes you get these lava bridges that cross them over, but you've got to
Just bring the Lamborghini Urus over and drive me over it. Like, show us the real tutorial, buddy.
be really careful crossing these, just because you don't know what's solid and what's hollow underneath.
Just go back to your 5-star resort and ask the butler to give you a lift. Like, you little phony ass.
However, when a YouTuber called Volcano Chaser uploaded a video titled Rayman vs Wild, Bear Grylls is a phony, this
How convenient is it that there's like some broken ass, like Jungle Run ass fucking bridge? Is it called Jungle Run? That game where you would run from the beast and it was like a Subway Surfers ripoff. Like, get the hell out of here.
segment was also debunked. The video showed that just behind the camera, the lava crack came to an end and could have simply been walked around, which became even worse after it was shown that Grylls was not far from civilization and was rather right next to a major highway. To add a cherry on top of the cake, the video description exposed other parts of the episode by stating, most of the scenes in the show don't exist.
This had 6 million views. Oh, wow. Oh, Bear Grylls has been known to be a phony ass motherfucker. bro. This is not news. I really need to stay in touch, bro. This is crazy.
In the area he was supposed to be in. Avocado trees, lava tube, tropical forest, fissures, and landing site are all in different parts of the island and separated by up to 50 miles.
Damn.
I've hiked this area hundreds of times. These fissures are unique to a small area on the summit and are a very popular tourist viewing area. They're only a few hundred feet long and easy to go around. Only the phony bear seems to have trouble crossing them. The fissures are located next to the parking area where cars can be seen on the crater rim drive shown on the clip, although there was still more trickery that wasn't being made obvious to the audience.
What I'm confused about is, could they not have actually went to like amazing and splendid sites? Like, I know it would obviously be a lot more difficult because you're talking about a whole crew of people and then you need someone who's skilled enough to do it, but also like good enough on camera, which usually, I'll be honest with you, them survival people are usually insufferable, bro. And geography people, like any person who's really too good at being in the wild is usually just an annoying person to be around. They're constantly like trying to tear you down for not knowing how to kill a bear with your bare hands. I don't even want to say bear anymore. Like, a little bit of vomit comes up my throat every time I talk about bear now. You disgust me.
Survival expert Nick Vrumans worked with Bear Grylls on season 1 episode 13 in the Australian outback, after which Nick stated that even the script itself was pre-planned. He'd expand on this by stating everything you see in the show is set up. I built him shelters and found him snakes to eat. On the show broadcast to Europe and the US, you see him catch a snake, kill it, and eat it. But it was actually 2 snakes. A roadkill that I found which he was shown beating on the head and eating, and then a live olive python that a wildlife carer had been rehabilitating.
You ate a rehabilitated snake. At least he was actually eating the snakes, bro. It seems like he just went there. Like, it seems like this whole show was basically a restaurant, bro. Bear Grylls trying shit. Like, that's the only real part about any of it, that he actually ate the food. Like, he was over there getting all fat and happy over there on set, bro. What's the saying? I'm not trying to just call him fat. There's a saying like all fat and merry or something like that.
Which is followed by Vrumans also exposing the segment where Grylls was almost attacked by a crocodile, stating the whole crew was petrified of the crocodiles. Bear didn't want to get anywhere near the water, so he filmed a setup of him like he was near a crocodile when he was actually a safe distance away.
Oh my god, at this point I'm like not surprised. Like, at least it wasn't 2 people holding up like a fake crocodile going like this.
I was a bit miffed when I saw the finished show. As a result of the media ripping each episode to shreds, Bear Grylls was given a chance to respond to the controversy during a live talk show.
And then we heard somebody complaining that they said, no.
Yo, I low-key look like Bear Grylls. Like, looking at this side profile, gang, I'm low-key the Arab Bear Grylls.
No, he's down the road at the Motel 6. He's not really out there surviving.
The way we film these things is over 6 days, and when I'm filming the live night stuff out, I'm out whether, you know, it's in a camel carcass or up a tree, and then when we're not filming the
Camel carcass or up a tree. Oh my god, you little phony bastard. He's lying out of his teeth. His little rotten teeth, he's lying out of them. Camel carcass? Yeah, maybe you ate the camel, but then you went over to your 5-star resort, bro. Like, stop lying.
night stuff, I'll stay with the crew, you know, wherever that is, whether it's in a, you know, tented camp area in the Sahara or a jungle lodge, you know, in a rainforest or wherever.
Grylls would then issue a public
or wherever, or in a 5-star luxury resort in Dubai.
apology stating, if people felt misled on how the first series was represented, I'm really sorry for that. He added, I'm the person that takes the rap for these things, even though I'm not always involved in the editing side of it.
I will say that, bro. Like, there has been no evidence. Obviously, it's not his show. He's just like an actor on the show, literally an actor. Like, he's not even a survivalist. We found out. He's just doing his job, and he's probably signed like 3 NDAs. He can't really say the truth. Like, obviously, he's just going along. He's trying to do his job. He's an actor, man. He's acting right now. It's just the people that control the series are trying to like market it as like, oh, he's in the wild and he's actually going through these things. Yeah, it's like, you're not Mowgli, you're not Tarzan. Like, you're just a normal dude that does acting.
Was followed by the show promising to be 100% transparent going into the future. To cover themselves, the second season opened with a disclaimer. However, it's not like this did anything.
It's just Bear Grylls like eating lobster in some beach somewhere. We're not gonna lie to you guys anymore. F this survival shit. We were never surviving anyway. We were thriving.
To convince viewers of the show's authenticity. If I had to choose one person to be stranded on a desert island with, it would be Bear Grylls. That way he would have his crew with him, and they would probably pay for us to stay in a nice hotel or something, which became even worse after the show was exposed for a different stunt. During the episode in the African savannah, Grylls is shown squeezing water out of elephant dung, which by its—
See, that's the unnecessary shit. Like, okay, water, like, how thirsty do you have to be to resort to this? The oh my god, now that I've heard about all of this, it genuinely might have been apple juice. Like, I was being sarcastic initially. Like, was he actually just drinking good old apple juice and acting like, ugh. But this is so unnecessary. Like, this is just pisses me off. There has to be other ways of finding water. Like, stop being so, like, weird.
Itself didn't seem all that troublesome. However, when Canadian survival expert Les Stroud, host of the show Survivor...
See, this is the type of person who's either annoying as hell and, like, the worst person to be around, or one of the coolest people you'll ever meet. There's no in between with these survival people, I swear to God.
The man responded to the episode in a Reddit AMA. He debunked the strategy by stating, many of the actual survival skills taught are bogus. It's not possible to squeeze drinkable water out of elephant dung. Well, it is if your cameraman has soaked it with bottled water. I would even go so far as to say that some of the skills, if followed and attempted in a real survival situation, could result in worsening the situation.
Oh, just sue their asses, bro. Just genuinely sue their asses. What if I did find myself in the savannah and I remembered that Bear Grylls squeezed some dunk and drank some water out of it? What if that does happen to me, huh?
With this comment coming alongside a few instances of Les Stroud dissing Man vs. Wild for its lack of authenticity.
I was wondering if you've ever had the opportunity to meet Bear Grylls. I haven't, because I'm out overnight and there's nobody else out there.
What are your thoughts on Bear Grylls?
If you wanted to learn about archaeology, would you get it from Harrison Ford?
A lot of fresh water around here. It's a good thing, too. Otherwise...
See, that's the thing with these old heads. Like, these types of people, they're into the niche stuff. Who the hell is Harrison Ford? Is that the guy who invented the car? Invented the car. Pause. I mean, like, the manufacturer system where they put it on, like, a line system. I know what I'm talking about. Trust me. I'm, like, on the right lines, I swear. I swear! I'm gonna break my monitor!
I'd be reduced to probably having to drink my own pee. Yeah, right.
There are YouTube videos as well as full-blown websites dedicated to the poor advice that Bear Grylls is given, with many stating that this constitutes fakery, while others have made the point that Grylls was...
Yeah, throw your food at the bear. So give him dessert. Make him see what he's missing out on. Make him even more hungry. Tease the bear before he eats you. Yo, Bear Grylls is out here killing people, dog.
Showing survival techniques, and it therefore didn't matter if the shots were set up or not. It's a show to teach you how to survive certain scenarios. To have every survival stunt to be real every single episode would be both dangerous and illogical. He teaches survival techniques. It's obviously irrelevant if he's really facing those perils or not.
Yeah, but they're not real survival techniques, are they? Like, buddy, like, we live in a world where you will never find yourself in that position unless you want to find yourself in that position. Like, don't try framing this as if they're doing a good thing. This is purely for entertainment. We don't need Bear Grylls acting like you can drink horse shit. Like, you don't need that.
Point is, it's entertaining and informative. He was teaching people how to survive if they were in that situation, as if he's not risking his life for a freaking TV show. Whether or not setting up the shots constitutes fakery is up for debate. However, a YouTuber...
What? Of course it constitutes fakery. It's meant to be in the wild. Even like when he was on the TV show, he wouldn't admit it. Of course it's fake. It's part of the marketing, bro. Like, I hate when sometimes they try giving like both sides of the equation. Yeah, buddy, but like there is no both sides. He is faking it. Is it faking it or maybe not? Because the other side of the goofballs that are defending Bear Grylls, even though he himself has basically confirmed that it's fake, those idiots think. Yeah, I don't want to know what they think.
The name of Lo the Show seems convinced that even when set up, a different Bear Grylls stunt is completely impossible. Eating a snake.
Even with the guts and skin on, you can eat them straight like this.
What? What are you guys doing?
Not possible.
Although in other
See, this is why men die earlier than women, bro. Like, you did not need to give us a live recreation, gang.
episodes, Bear Grylls has shown himself eating snakes in their entirety, so I wouldn't call the video by Lo the Show all that much of a debunk. However, if we want...
So what was it, like a gummy worm? What do you mean it's fake? Yeah, it is Fugazi ass, Michael Jordan ass position, bro.
Slightly better evidence, we have to look at a video posted by Justin Wallace, titled Climber Cringe Bear Grylls Confirmed Top Roper. Justin, who's clearly an avid climber, spends the video criticizing an advertisement in which Bear Grylls is climbing a difficult...
You know, I'm scared of these people that go outside too much, bro. Like, you're my vibranium, you're my antimatter. Like, you gotta stay away from me, bro. I don't want your survival shit rubbing on me, bro. You get like too much sunlight. You get what I'm saying? Like, I know, like, I don't photosynthesize the way you do, buddy.
Route in Utah. Grylls is shown to be using all the wrong gear.
Guess we're using the Mountaineer's coil, which you don't really do, especially when you're trad climbing in Moab, because it just kinks up your rope. Sorry, bud, but...
What's the best starting item in League of Legends when you're playing Ahri in mid, huh? You tell me that, little geek boy, little weather boy.
A single wire gate on your harness isn't gonna do much for you.
Tying all the wrong knots shots.
What the hell knot is that? Kind of looks like a bowling,
He's so fruity.
but not really.
And even climbing the wall incorrectly.
I don't even see his last piece. He's like 40 feet running.
No, but watch the pose. Nah, watch this pose. Watch this one now. I'm climbing the mountain.
Out right there. You're gonna die, man. Oh, and there's so many good placements too. What is he doing?
No, but you forgot the helicopter that's lifting him up, bro.
There's no way he is holding his body weight with that one hand in that crack right there. And his 2 feet are just sticking out on nothing. His crew is definitely pulling his fat ass up there on a
Yeah.
one. There's no way he's climbing that.
The original rock
They're up there. They cut their microphones, but they were like, "Stop aura farming, you piece of shit! Help out!" Nah, man. Let him bask in my glory.
climbing video has a dislike ratio of almost 75% and features comments such as, "Gotta give him credit for really committing to the BS. Interesting skills he has in climbing. This is just ridiculous. Wow, it could be impressive if it was not fake. As a climber,
This is actually hilarious because this shows the people who actually care about surviving and putting themselves in these positions don't actually watch the TV show. Because the overarching sentiment is that it's real. Like, I just found out this is fake. Like, the people who watch this are people who are couch potatoes, sat at home, living it like through someone else. They're just watching him. Oh, he's gonna do the exercise for me. I'll just sit down and watch the game, bro. I'll have Bear Grylls here and the game over here. OG Subway Surfers and GTA mods.
it's obvious that the heli dropped him at the top and he made some shots rappelling down. I used to like him, disappointing. You could make the argument that Grills gets a pass given
I also hate people. Okay, I hate everything. I'm like Garfield. I'm the Grinch, bro. But I hate people are like, "Oh, I used to love him." Like, no, you didn't. You never loved him. You just say that shit at the end of it to like make him feel like, "Oh, you missed out on my love." I get that a lot in my hate comments as well, but I just don't get the love part actually, so I don't get them in my hate comments.
it was filmed for an advertisement. But does he get a pass for an article titled "Bear Grylls Show Accused of Fakery Again" after the island's ordinary men exposed as trained professionals? According to the article, the island by Bear Grylls introduced what was supposed to be 13 ordinary men are about to be abandoned on a Pacific island with just the clothes they stand up in and a few tools.
Wow, this really is like the OG rip-off Mr. Beast. I mean, when you think about it, like YouTube is just a platform, so instead of TV, it's YouTube. So I guess like someone has to fill up that place.
But there was no mention that Rupert Smith had worked in war zones and extreme environments, including alongside Grills as director of Channel 4's Escape to the Legion. Similarly, there was no introduction to cameraman Dan Etheridge, who also worked with Grills on Discovery Channel's Man vs. Wild. Kif McManus, a sound recordist with 10 years experience in some of the world's most dangerous places, also failed to get a mention.
A sound recordist. Oh, as in like he would record like volcano noises and whatnot. What a job, bro. Like people just be again hired for anything. This is the sort of shit that AI needs to replace, bro. Hey, I already know like this video, you've already disliked this video, so I'm gonna give you more reasons to dislike it. 100% replace Kif McAnus with replace him with AI now. ChatGPT, his whole job. This guy's whole job just annoys me. I'm gonna go into volcanoes with my little microphone and like, what are we talking about?
The article also revealed that 2 caiman crocodiles had been manually released onto the island, and that the rare source of fresh drinking water found by those on the show was actually a rubber-lined pool set up by the production crew. Channel 4 responded to the featuring of trained professionals by stating, "It clearly states in the program voiceover that trained crew are part of the experiment, living under the exact same conditions as the other men." Like,
yeah, but the other men are the trained crew.
all of the men on the island, their professions are captioned on screen and their backgrounds are discussed. Biographies are also on the Channel 4 website, before going on to address the crocodiles and drinking water by stating, "We had to ensure the island's only..."
Yo, the animals, some animals actually look so fake. Like, that genuinely seems like a fake crocodile, but it probably is real. Like, people are like, "Oh, aliens, I can't wait for aliens to come, and how I wonder what they're gonna look like." You don't appreciate the life we have on Earth. We have some weird looking animals, bro. Especially in person. Like, zoos are genuinely interesting. Like, I thoroughly enjoy going to a zoo or like just going to see exotic animals in general. I think that's more of a testimony to how far we've come, to the point where we're putting these animals that would otherwise kill us in the wild, that we would be terrified of in the wild, we're putting them in enclosures for entertainment. I think that's sad, obviously, if they're not being treated right, but if they are hopefully being treated right, then that is just something to marvel at, like, truly.
Water supply, a muddy pool, would last through filming in the dry season, and that there was enough native animals and native vegetation that could sustain the men for 28 days, as long as they had the ingenuity to find find it, catch it, and kill it, which you have to admit is a pretty decent.
And also the ingenuity to use their tap to pay. They had to figure that one out. When we gave them their credit card, they had to go to the store and ask very politely to get 5 bottles of water and 3 chocolate bars. Oh my god, bro, I don't even know, man. If you guys enjoyed, subscribe. I love every single one of y'all, and yeah, peace.